Okay, I know you're ready, Michael. It's about to be that time. 1 second. So next, we have one of our founding partners, DXC Technology, an international leader in information technology services and consulting. And for this, we're more than excited to hear more about the software-defined future of mobility. And this, you already know, let's start with a clap now. Let's start that. I like that, I like that, I like that over here. Please receive Michael. That's right. What? Michael, let me just make sure we can hear you. Can we hear him? Say something? Okay, they're quickly checking, just in case we got back up.
Well, sorry about that. I wanted to start with good afternoon. It's a privilege to be part of this community and a partner, especially after this morning and this afternoon. Those brands are amazing, and so I'm not going to try and follow in their footsteps. I'm going to take it a little bit of a different direction to talk about something different. So I'm part of DXC Technology. We're privileged to partner with a number of startups. But if you don't know who DXC Technology is, because I started 2.5 years ago, and when I joined, my wife asked me, who is DXC Technology? We're one of the largest technology services companies in the world. And as you think about this space, I had a client, one of the largest airlines last week, tell me this. We think, and our clients think, we're one of the best kept secrets in the industry. So I hope to bring that to life to you today so that we can partner with you to innovate your ideas. But more importantly, I'm going to talk about how do you scale your innovation. Because at the end of the day, a startup wants to make money and be successful. And it's that last mile that I want to talk about today. And so who is DXC Technology? You probably use the products that we build technology to innovate every day, and we run that technology for the systems that you use every day. And I'll bring that to life, but many of the products we use, including many of the brands that talked about here today, we are the engineering, technology services, transformation, and innovation partners for them. And so, my ask today will be, let's do more together. So what I want to do today is talk about how we help clients. Because again, about talking that last mile, how can we help startups bring their innovation and scale it to our partners? And then how can we partner with our clients to find the innovation companies to help them do that last thing? So our partners in DXC believe the future is being dramatically transformed and innovated. We believe the future is software defined and data driven. And everyone probably believes that in here. But there's a lot of investment going into that, but not enough high enough return when we speak to our clients. And so what I want to talk today is bring to life, you need to separate and be great at innovating your ideas, but then importantly, scaling that last mile of those ideas. And you need to differentiate between those two. And so that's what I want to talk about today in this discussion. So I remember back in 2014, I was at a conference like this, and Jeff was speaking at it, and he talked about every company will become a software company and a data company. And I think today brings that to life, and that is really the future that we're talking about here today. And it gets us excited about what we can do with those partners. But to be successful, you need to transform, because the way we manufactured in the past around this technology innovation won't be successful. And the technology side, the way that you run technology, build software, build data, run those technology systems aren't relevant anymore for them. And so there needs to be a change in processes, capability, talent. And it's a challenge that they need partners like yourself to do from an ecosystem, but the payment is worth it. And so what I want to talk about is when we work with our partners, what are the things that they're focused on to be able to do this? So first is, all of us use an iPhone. All of us use Amazon. You might have a Tesla or a German car. I have a German car. What it was 5-10 years ago from an experience standpoint is amazingly different than it is today. If you think about the iPhone, how connected we are, and the demands that we have on our experiences, it is through the roof. So one of the major things that we help our clients with is the best winners in the marketplace in scaling innovation are obsessed with customer. What's the value to the customer? And I'll come back to that and how they measure that. So one of the major things they focus on is what's the customer experience and can I compete with those digital natives that are coming after my industry? Second is, can I innovate new products, services, and experiences? And think about the products that you use every day, be it Amazon and the brick and mortars going into the e-commerce world, your car and the mobility, and it's different by region. Like in China, for example, gamification is becoming really large. It isn't really large yet here today. And so can I get new products and services, and who can help me do that? Because these are all new different things for them. When you've been a manufacturing company for 20, 50 years, this is new for them. And many of the old technology companies the same way. The third thing that we talk to them about is can we get reduced time to value? And so when you build a software platform or a data platform, they're measuring themselves to say, how quickly can I get that next release out? Can I do over-the-air updates? How quickly can I get that return to value? Because in the old hardware world, you would have to retire that hardware and build new hardware. In this software world now, you can just update the software once you've built that platform and get a much faster time to value. So this is the third thing that we work with them and measure and find partners to do. And fourth is, can I materially reduce the cost of investment? Because building that hardware is super, super expensive. And many of you, for example, might be using the cloud. And so, you know, the cloud is just a different infrastructure from a hardware perspective than a data center. And our clients, when they've moved their data to cloud, their expenses go up by hundreds of %. And so if you don't go in there with a software-focused mindset and how do you do things differently, costs go really through the roof. And when you get to this software-defined, data-driven world, you can really dramatically reduce your costs and then increase the time to value. And then lastly, new revenue streams. And so as you think about the e-commerce or the brick and mortar players moving into e-commerce, if you think about subscription services with the media companies, everyone's looking to get new things. HP with their instant ink and HP Plus, how do I sell more ink and use my hardware to get more revenue? And so these are the 5 things that we work with our customer to focus on. So then, as we work with our customers, which brings the main topic for us is, how do I then do this? Who can do this? Because this is new for me. This is a dramatic change. If I'm a manufacturing company, I've been doing things a certain way with Six Sigma and other ways of manufacturing. If I'm a technology company or the CIO group, I'm not used to software development. I'm not used to, you know, manufacturing products leveraging technology. And so there's 5 things that they ask for help with when we partner with them. And this is where we can work with the startups and work with our partners to bring these 2 things together to help really create the next wave of change and transformation. So first is governance. And so as a startup, you probably think governance is a bad thing. But when you think about the amount of investments that's needed, it's proven from our research that governance in a structured way and the right way creates dramatically higher returns in scaling innovation. And there's one major thing you need to do from a governance standpoint, and that is to set the value. And someone earlier today talked about the value being around customers. And so without setting the value, you can't know what you're going to achieve. And then importantly, in this new economy, you can measure that closed loop to say, am I measuring that value? And so, for example, we are a partner to a consumer goods company that had reinvented their data foundation to go out and create a closed loop, more personalized experience. And when we started, we didn't have the value locked in and to measure on. And so what we did is with them, we put a value realization office in place that reported the CEO, and every project and every investment was assessed for the time to value and the value it would get returned, and this independent team managed it for scalability. And so once we did that together with them, the returns became much higher. Secondarily is you need a different culture. So if you think about the culture that many of you might have come from, in a manufacturing world, there's a certain culture. In technology and traditional technology, there's a certain culture. What we're learning in this software-defined world and data world is you need leaders who came from this world, who are used to building software, used to building data, And so probably many of the people in your company, you're either having to retrain and make investments to get this culture, or you might be hiring people. So in the US, a lot of hires into automotive, technology, hardware technology, et cetera, are coming from Silicon Valley to bring this different culture. And the three things that our clients focus on are getting the right leadership, who's done it before, having communications and change management, and then lastly, making the right investments. So that's the second thing that we focus on with our clients. Third is product engineering. So this is probably core to you, but for companies that didn't grow up as a product engineering company, and this is product engineering for technology, this is really different. And this is where we can partner with you to really help, because this is one of the main things that we're helping our clients with. And this is, you need to bring, versus the old way of doing technology with the CIO group, you need to bring product managers to the table. Agile pod teams, product-oriented delivery teams. You need to have them be agile. You need to have them be DevOps. And bringing all these things together are quite hard. And so our clients are going through this journey, and they need help to do that. And so this is where we can be a matchmaker, where we do supplement them, to this next point, supplement them with, the fourth or the last one, ecosystem partnerships. We supplement them with talent, and we bring the ecosystem together with startups, with software companies, and many other things to be able to do this, because this is something very different for them, and it requires a big investment as well as a change management program. And then lastly is unlocking data. So someone talked about earlier today ChatGPT, and for us too, every client wants to talk about it, but the reality is most of our clients are spending a ton of money on data, and they don't have the data foundation to really capture and get control of that data and then unlock the value. Particularly if you're building software, many times you rationalize that you're capturing and you're managing the data in a good way, but without that data expertise, you're really not doing that. And then to my point earlier, if you've moved it to the cloud, you're likely spending a lot more than you did beforehand. So building this data foundation is really critical, and without doing that, you will never be able to unlock the value through artificial intelligence. So this is really critical. And an example that I have is one of the largest retailers in the world was spending a lot of money on artificial intelligence, advanced analytics, really thinking, and they were doing a nice job of having a market-leading loyalty program. And so they asked us to come in and help them think through artificial intelligence, advanced analytics. And as we looked at it, the customer experience was actually quite poor, because with the iPhone, you expect real-time, multi-channel experiences. And with them, the loyalty points and the experiences were maybe up to 30 days. So rather than going and doing more artificial intelligence, we rebuilt the data foundation. And from there, it dramatically changed things. Real-time customer experiences, multi-channel, and then we could expand it, like this event, to ecosystem, where they started a team with maybe airlines, maybe travel partners, and it really changed the value of what their loyalty program was. And from there, then, we were able to work with them to really better unlock the artificial intelligence, the advanced analytics. And so these are the 5 things as you think about what's the secret sauce. If I'm a startup, I've got a great idea. For me to really think about what are the corporate partners really wanting to do to reinvent themselves to be software defined in their products and services, and then be data driven. These are the 5 things that we focused on. So, in closing, we're spending a lot of time with our clients, helping them think through as an advisor, how do you innovate towards a software-defined, data-driven future? Then how do we help you scale, build that technology, and how do we help you run it? And so our offer to you is to continue to partner. We need to bring an ecosystem together for our partners to be able to do that. And some of you partners already are helping us, but we think we're the right partner to be able to do that. So thank you.
Thank you.